In today's video, I want to give you 4 bullet points as to how to determine if this relationship is a good fit for you and your fearless future. Let's get to it. Welcome to Fearless Finances, where I try to take the fear out of your finances. Today we're talking about divorce or marriage. And I guess this applies to relationships in general because it's never easy, married or not, to get out. But it's really the getting in that's the most important part. It's really the making the good choices before we even get into it. I did not make good choices. Like a lot of people who grow up in homes that are volatile, I chose a volatile person. And that was not a wise choice. And I'll also say I stayed too long. But I can't really say that because we stay as long as we have to until we're actually healed, until we actually get over it. And I can't even use the word healed because I'm still healing and I'm still working on it. But we stay as long as we need to until we're ready to go. Mine took me too long. I'm a fighter and I'm pretty strong. And I really thought that I could either handle this or it would get better. And when I finally came to the conclusion that that was not the case, I'd invested a lot of time and money and emotional turbulence for both me and my children and for him. I mean, he quite honestly deserved to be with somebody who truly loved and respected him, and it was really difficult for me to respect him, and that's the truth of it. Now, granted, I can tell you why I couldn't respect him, but that's not the point of this story. The point of this story is how much relationships end up costing us and how they can actually help us instead of hinder us, and how to figure out the difference. Because we have a hard time being fearless with our finances if we are not financially secure. And there are some relationships out there that will affect our financial security. And to figure out those that are helpful versus those that are not is the key to the story. I mentor a lot of young women, a lot of them. And I don't usually get too wrapped up in their career. Sometimes the finances, a little bit. But I figure if they apply some solid strategies there, they'll work that out too. But where I can't seem to let go is with the relationships. Because I know the cost that I bared for picking the wrong partner, and how much I see other women bearing. Now, I kind of figure maybe there's men out there that have that same problem, that they bear a cost by picking the wrong woman. But I gotta tell ya, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's generally the women more than the men. Tell me if I'm wrong. Jot it in the comments below. Point number 1, I think it's important to find somebody who is a good partner. And what I mean by that is they actually support the same ideals that you do. And we all come at this from different perspectives. Some people are more hippie-ish and they're just like, let it all go, it's all right. You know what? And that's fine too, if that's how you want to live. If that's not how you want to live, then, maybe not such a good fit for you. For example, my ex, he liked to have a real slow start to the day. That's not a good fit for me. I like to get lots of stuff done as early as possible and then enjoy the rest of the day. So what would effectively happen is I would get a lot of things done while he was getting ready for the day, and then he got to just enjoy the whole day. It was not a good fit. Caused a lot of conflict. This good fit too also includes things like, where do you like to spend your time? Are you a faith-based person? Do you think saving is a value? Right? What do you like to spend your money on? And of course, we have other things like children. Do you want children? What do you value in life? Where do you want to live? What's your education? And quite honestly, I think most people getting involved should be on par in all of these areas. I dated a gentleman who was a great guy on so many levels, but he was not as intellectual a thinker as I was or I am. And as a result, it ended up causing conflicts in a lot of other areas. To stay with somebody long term not only takes a lot of work, but it takes a lot of compromise. And the thing that I keep in mind now is, how much do I want to compromise? And the older I get, it ain't very much. Which brings me to point number 2. Whoever you pick has to respect you. And they may say they respect you, but respect isn't a word. Neither is love. No. It's an action. They're actions. And you can tell it from how they react to the things that are important to you. If you're conceding more than they're conceding, if you're sacrificing more than they're sacrificing, if they do things that they didn't check with you beforehand and then expect you to accept, that's not respect and that's not love. Point number 3, or at least my number 3. I need to be with somebody that I can be authentic with, that I can share my secrets, my fears, my concerns, my hurts that person might have already done or that person recently did, and have it accepted and not thrown back at me. When we're with people who take those precious parts of us and throw it back or hurt you with it, they're not safe. Now, I'll also say this. We all occasionally make the mistake of snapping at somebody, saying something we regret, not creating safety in our presence. We all do that. However, safe people recognize that and either apologize or make it safer the next time. And honestly, I'm almost taking back the either. I think we should all just learn to say, I'm sorry. Well, screw up. What the heck? And when people can't admit that they're wrong, or they have to passively, aggressively continue to hurt you or claim that it's all you, there's some wrong there. There is something wrong there. Which brings us to point number 4. I encourage you to create a list. My list has 5 items on it. I won't be in a serious relationship with any man who does not have these 5 things. Now, they're not huge things. I don't, like on my list, I don't have have $5 million, but they have to be financially secure. They need to come to the table offering me as a partner all the things that I offer them financially. Having a reasonable amount of money saved for retirement, not being in excessive debt, a reasonable career, at least at this stage. Maybe they're retired, I don't know. The other thing for me that's important for me, that's on my list, is I really would like to have somebody who has their own children and has been instrumental in raising them. They've been a good dad. They've been involved with their kids, and I get it that not all exes let all dads in as well as I might have done that, but nonetheless that they fought for that and they encouraged the relationship. muy importante, that they think that family is important. Muy importante to me. They must be spiritually fit. They must be somebody like me that's seeking a spiritual guide and that is committed to a loving spiritual doctrine. Since I happen to consider myself a Christ follower in this current Trump environment, it's been difficult to find that right faith-filled man, because this is the fourth thing that's important to me: social justice. They must understand the dynamics of the world that we're in and fighting for those who have less and need more. Which brings me to that fifth point, which ties into some of the earlier discussions. This person would have to be a real partner to me, helping to elevate me and my desires and what I want to achieve, while I help them do the same. Now, none of this is perfect, right? I get it that, when you actually love someone, that there's going to be bumps and bruises along the way. But that's not the sort of relationships I've had before. And when I see the women I mentor heading into some of those challenges, I get afraid for them. Because this is the thing. The divorces and the breakups are costly. Mine cost me so much. I wouldn't change it because I got two great kids. OMG. They're literally the greatest. Well, you probably got great ones too. So I'm not going to claim the greatest. But man, oh man, they turned out better than I could have ever dreamed. It's amazing. And so that's the final point that I want to leave you with. Even if you're in a difficult time right now and it seems a little bit tough, I've been there. It'll work out okay. Just keep doing what you feel like you need to do today to make things a little bit better tomorrow. That's it. And you'll get there. And subscribe here, because I got some good advice for you to get there. If you'd like this video, it makes sure other people can see it. And if you've got some comments for me about where your life has been or other great advice, I would love to hear it. And in the meantime, check out one of these other videos. You might find something else helpful there. Take care.